Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone this beautiful, rainy day? Oh, it's the desert. We're so blessed to have rain, aren't we? Yes. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I am the senior minister here at our beautiful spiritual community. And we're going to open ourselves up today with a song that may be fairly new to a lot of you, but if you want to feel like you want to move your body, you're welcome to. And you'll catch on to a lot of this song very quickly. There's a winding road where I learned to run. The race is long, oh, but it can be won. With every step we're taking, with every choice we're making, with every bend in the road, we get stronger. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. Oh, we must believe we can share the dream. There's a dead-end street where I used to play, but I found my wings, oh, I can fly away. Below the street lights fading, ahead is my future waiting. Beyond all these doubts and fears, I can see it. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our mind to. We can be anything we wanna be. We must believe we can share the dream. Here we go. We can share the dream, we can share the dream. Yes, we can. We can share the dream, we can share the dream. Oh, we can share the dream, we can share the dream. We can reach out, we can share the dream, we can share the dream. We can reach out, we can share the dream, we can share the dream. Sharing the future, we can share the dream. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. We must believe we can share the dream. We can reach up. Thank you so much. Oh, what a great morning. I'm already out of breath. Whew. Once again, I have to roll up the sleeves. Once again, good morning, beautiful humans. It is such a delight to have you share your Sunday morning with us. I'm so grateful to see all of your glorious, glorious faces. I do want to let you know, so before I go any further, just as a reminder that this is the first Sunday of the month. And on the first Sunday of the month, we celebrate birthdays. So as you were coming in, you may have had a greeter ask you if you were celebrating your birthday during the month of December. And if so, you would have been handed a ballot. Is there anyone who is celebrating during the month of December that did not get a ballot this morning? I see Dawn's hand, I see your hand, and okay. And so Roberta's gonna bring these around to you. Keep your hands up so she knows who gets them. And what these ballots are will become abundantly clear at the end of the service. But what we are asking you to do is to choose one of the charities on the ballot that speaks to your heart. And we will do a little drawing later. So once again, welcome to Unity of Tucson. We are a spiritual community. We are here to teach practical tools for a better life. That's what I'm here to do anyway. I don't know why you show up. I mean, I think you show up because you're in alignment with that idea, and it's always grateful to have you here. Now, you may not believe everything you hear today, and that's okay, because I don't believe everything I hear when I go out in the street, right? I don't believe everything I hear on television. That was quite a reaction. Right, yeah. Oh. But what we encourage everyone to do is to tap into what it is we do believe. You know, if something presses up against that belief system in you today, it's an opportunity to ask the question, why? Why does that trigger me? And for many of us, it is a trigger. We teach that it is done unto you as you believe, and so your beliefs are creating your experience. So part of what we're inviting us all to do is to deepen into what it is we do believe, to really bring that to the level of awareness. And today's lesson is really all about that. I mean, every lesson is always about that, but today I'm really getting to the core of it, I think. Like I never do. So just check in with what it is you believe, what it is that is, I don't know why I always do this. It's always like pressing up against your belief. We have a vision and a mission that we carry here at Unity of Tucson, and I would love for us to exclaim out loud as a community the words of our vision statement. Here they are. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And the vision is how we see the world. The mission are the steps we take to see through to that vision. So let us state out loud the words of our mission statement. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. If you are joining us for the first time today, let me first acknowledge anyone who may be joining us online for the first time. Whether you're watching live this morning on a Sunday or you're watching on the archive, it is a delight to be able to share this time with you. And we would love to keep the connection going. So if you would go fill out some information at unitytucson.com/connect, I'm so grateful that you do that and that we get to keep this connection going. If you're in the room joining us for the first time today, and if you are comfortable with identifying yourself as someone who is here for the first time today, we would love to give you a gift. And so if you're new today, would you mind standing up so that we can spread some love to you? Thank you. So grateful to have you here. And remain standing for just a few moments. Ross is going to bring these around to you. Remain standing for just a few moments. Because there's another thing that I would like to do, in addition to the physical gift that we're offering, is we want to let you know a truth that we know about you. Shall we share this with them, everyone? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. Thank you for joining us, shining your light and sharing your magnificence. Now, we know that about you because every person that we encounter is a reflection of that which is inherently who we are. And so to recognize your magnificence is a recognition of our own magnificence. And so I think we as a community should exclaim out loud these words. I am magnificent. How does that feel? I don't know. What do you think? Let's do it again. Let's exclaim that out loud, and let's do it with real feeling behind it. 1, 2, 3. I am magnificent. Yes, that's so much nicer. And you feel the energy of that? Yeah, feels good, doesn't it? Indeed it does. Would you please welcome to the platform today's Keeper of the Flames, Kathy Brandon. Kathy, hello. Kathy is here to guide us in our ceremony of lighting the flames of faith. And for each candle that we light here, we are acknowledging with joy that every faith tradition, every religious path, every spiritual ideology, it's all rooted in one thing. What we teach here is that one thing is pure love. Kathy.
We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony, and for any seekers who may be unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are keeping open for them in our hearts. We light this final candle to represent the healing of any circumstance that requires divinity to be revealed. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light.
Thank you, Kathy. The candle here on your left is our peace candle. We keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with the understanding that it is a representation of a consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we allow that inner peace to inform our thoughts, our words, our actions, and our interactions, we create a more peaceful world right where we are. And so let's honor this candle by reading out loud the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. Thank you. We have a glorious group of magnificent beings here at this spiritual center that are our prayer chaplain team. And each week, we get to highlight one of our prayer chaplains who offers a reading, guides us in our affirmation, and also provides a prayer for us. So would you please welcome today's prayer chaplain, Sandy Solomon.
Thank you, thank you. I tell you, you are truly just magnificent. I just wish everybody had a chance to stand up here and look out and just see the beautiful faces. It is incredible. It's so glorious. It's so wonderful to be a part of this community. And thank you. Thank you all for being here. So I'm going to start out this morning with a reading and a little self-disclosure, all right? One of the practices that I'm really trying to get in touch with is allowing what I call grace, which is my word for God, to work through me as me. So when we go into the prayer, I had this wonderful idea of having you visualize a globe, and I just want to kind of put that out there. And so when I say that, you'll know what I mean, just visualize a globe. And we might put something, but then again, we may not do that. And that's what's really kind of funny about allowing grace just to come in and move you. I'm just not really sure, but it's going to be wonderful what we do during that prayer time, because it will be grace coming forward. So we'll see. The other thing about the readings today is that I really wanted this holiday season to be a place where my family and friends could come and I could hold them exactly the way they are. But what I found out very quickly is I had to hold that space of compassion for myself first. I had to love those parts of myself that I would just assume no one know about, but everybody knows about. Yeah? And I had to just invite, for me, it's a temper, for me, it's manipulation. There's a lot, and just invite that in and have that sense of love and ask it what it has for me, what gift. And so, this article was given to me, and I've pared it down some. It was written by Dr. Martin W. Ball. And Dr. Ball writes a lot in the area of non-dualism. Now, if you don't know what that term is, don't worry about it. You'll figure it out as we go through this. But the title of this is Loving Yourself, All of Yourself. Your personal heart is God's heart. And God's heart does not love conditionally. God's heart does not reject anything, no matter how it looks to a human being or how much personal suffering and discomfort it may give rise to. Nothing is more sacred than anything else. Nothing is more valuable than anything else. Nothing is more God or holy than anything else. Everything is profoundly equal, for everything is God. All things are good in God. This is the natural and genuine energy of our personal heart. We've learned how to hate and reject and put conditions on reality and yourself, but this is all a product of the ego. The deeper you go into your own heart, the more you realize that in truth, you actually do love everyone and everything. You don't even have to try to do it. You just do it. Only by loving freely, unconditionally, and universally can we live with an open and unprotected heart and live in the full reality of yourself as both God and as an individual human being. There is no other way. Universal love and acceptance is the only path to full liberation, the only way to life. All right. So, as Jonathan mentioned, this is the first Sunday of the month. And we have a new power this month, and the power is life. That life substance is in everything. And Jonathan is always so wonderful about writing an affirmation for us to work with through the month. And so what we typically do is I will read this affirmation. Since it's new, I'll read it over a couple of times because it's very short. And I'm just going to ask you to just lean into this affirmation. Just open your heart. I often ask myself, if I were to accept this affirmation fully, how would I feel and how would I show up? Yeah. It's an interesting thing. So this month, the affirmation, like I said, is the power of life, and the affirmation is, I am constantly guided by and centered in the vitality of my divine identity. Let's just breathe that in. And now I'm going to say it again. I am constantly guided by and centered in the vitality of my divine identity. Oh, it's just wonderful. Thank you, thank you. So we get to do it together now. You ready? All right. So it just, I love that. Thank you so much for being in the back. It just magically appears, right? So we're going to say this together. And let's say it kind of slowly, and let's really feel that. All right. Together. I am constantly guided by and centered in the vitality of the divine identity. Let's just take a breath, feel that, and let's do it one more time. Together. I am constantly guided by and centered in the vitality of my divine identity.
Gather up the brokenness and bring it to me now. The fragrance of those promises you never dared to vow. The splinters that you carry, the cross you left behind. Come healing of the body, come healing of the mind, and let the heavens hear it, the penitential hymn. Come healing of the spirit, come healing of the limb. Behold the gates of mercy in arbitrary space, and none of us deserving of the cruelty or the grace. O solitude of longing, where love has been confined, come healing of the body, come healing of the mind. Oh, see the darkness yielding that tore the light apart. Come healing of the reason, come healing of the heart.
And as we just relax into the healing of the heart. We are that healing. We are that essence. We are that love. We are that sweet, sweet compassion for ourselves and for all others. And through that compassion, we are the healing itself. Oh, and we know that we know how to do this. This is why we were created. We are the divine healing. And we are so grateful for this truth. And so I want to invite each one of you to say together with me in this moment, I am so grateful. Let's say it 3 times. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for the healing of the divine. And so it is. Amen.
O troubled dust concealing an undivided love, the heart beneath is teaching to the broken heart above. Oh, let the heavens falter and let the earth proclaim, come healing of the altar, come healing of the name. O longing of the branches to lift the little bud, O longing of the arteries to
to purify the blood, and let the heavens hear it, the penitential hymn. Come, healing of the spirit, come, healing of the limb, and let the heavens hear it, the penitential hymn. Come, healing of the spirit, come, healing of the limb.
Thank you. And thank you to Alexandra Lionheart. I chose that song as our, what we call the centering song in our day's lineup, to honor one of the things that happened over this past week, which was World AIDS Day. And I know that you have something that you're going to say about the song that you are bringing to us today. Alexander reached out to me some months ago and said, I want to sing this particular song on December 4th. And I said, absolutely. And so, please welcome Alexander Lionheart.
Good morning, everyone. So this is a song that I have been wanting to sing for years, and I would like to sing it in honor of World AIDS Day. This was composed by Kevin Oldham, who unfortunately died in the 90s due to AIDS. This song was on the second AIDS Quilt Book Songbook album, and all of those songs were composed and sung to honor all the people living with HIV and all the people who were their friends and family. This song has a very hopeful message, and I'm very grateful to Linda for learning this because, as you'll hear, the piano part is killer. And Kevin's friend is the person who sent me the music. I contacted him just a few weeks ago, and I thought it was going to be quite difficult to get the music, but he sent it to me right away, so I'm very happy to present Across the Sea by Kevin Oldham.
Thoughts have made my friends, where my spirit longs to be. I know this place across the sea. I know a place where the sky is bright with gold, where the water shimmers clear, where the wind blows wild and free. I know this place across the sea. Some say it's heaven I dream of, they're not quite right. I know the way to get there, though you don't have to die. Follow the lead and look inside your heart. It's not so far that we travel, just turn around. Oceans and waves to lift us, take a deep breath and soar. Watch and expect the other side. It's almost in sight. Let sun blitz the night and rise. My dreams turn into life, where my love can have no end, where my wishes start to be. I know this this place across the sea. I know this place, and if you can come along, leave your cares and things behind. Take a hand and follow me. I know this place, oh, such a place. I know this place across the sand.
Alexander Lionheart. So I have this thing, Alex and I sing together a lot, and I'm always trying to do more contemporary types of things. And I think that I should invite you to sing using your legit voice more. So I just love talent. I just love talent. There's a lot that happens in December, isn't there? Yeah. And I never really know. We get to December, and in spiritual centers, in spiritual centers, it almost feels a little daunting. What are we going to focus on any given week? Because this week, there's World AIDS Day. It's the second Sunday of Advent. We're starting the celebration of the power of life as our theme this month. It's all unfolding. It feels out of control. It's just go, 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 right? And so I got my COVID booster on Friday morning. And it was a reminder to me that I have to stop and slow down once in a while, because I had quite the reaction to it. And it said, stop. I said, okay, I'm listening. I got it. Find that space in your heart that is peace. Find that space in your heart that is peace. And so today, we begin the December celebration of life, which is our theme, the power of life. And the second Sunday of Advent is a day where we honor the notion and the idea of peace. Last week, on the first Sunday of Advent, we talked about faith and hope, and this week we talk about peace. And I'm going to get there. But I wanted to start with a quote. And you'll understand what that look was all about. The quote is this: "We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them." Albert Einstein. Or Albert Einstein? The reason that because this is how this quote is usually attributed. This is the language that is used. We can't solve the problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Albert Einstein. That's not actually what he said. It's not what he said. And there's a subtle difference in the way that he actually phrased it that I think is illuminating for us. What he actually said was this: a new type of thinking is essential if mankind is to survive and move toward higher levels. We could look at that and say, oh, well, the construct is the same. But this one, we can't solve problems, has a very negative connotation. This is saying we are required to step into the evolution of our own thought if we are ever going to move towards a higher level of awareness. So this quote was part of an article that was published in 1946, and it was related to man's destructive use of atomic energy. How man discovered the potential for atomic energy to be used as a weapon. And then some years after that. Well, actually, no, it was right before that, atomic energy was used in a very destructive way. I'm frequently asked the question in times of challenge. No, I don't want to answer that question. But if you are experiencing a time of challenge in your life right now, just see if this is a question that perhaps comes up sometimes. The question is this, and the reason that I hesitated is because I looked at it and I thought, well, that's the question I asked you all that I asked you all to work with this week when I gave you the homework last week. The question is, what can I do? But it's not what can I do. Oftentimes we approach it with a defeatist attitude of, what can I do? What can I do? All of this stuff is going on around me. What can I do? As if to say, there is absolutely nothing I can do. And here's the thing, I'm here to tell you, there's always something to be done. It requires a new type of thinking. A new type of thinking is essential if we are to survive and move beyond where we are. There is one major thing that you can do, I believe. I believe that you can be a leader in new thought. And I'm not saying that means you need to become a minister, or you need to become a prayer chaplain, or you need to step into... No. You can be a leader in new thought by not allowing that which has been to have any power in your mind in this now moment. That's being a leader in new thought. That is demonstrating the principle of new thought, that our thoughts create our experience, our beliefs create our experience, our feeling wrapped around our thoughts and beliefs are creating the tone of our experience. And we can be the way showers. We often talk about the way showers, and there are many. Buddha, well, I always give a list, right? There's Buddha, there's Moses, there's Muhammad, there's Jesus, there's there's Oprah. There's Lady Gaga. There are way showers in this world who are stepping up and saying, here's what it is to be free, to live in a way that is self-reliant, to live in a way that is not like everybody else, and to affirm the magnificence that you are. But many of us are very happy to just live our very humdrum little lives. To be a leader in new thought means you must step up into the truth of your being to such a degree that it cannot ever be diminished by anyone else. For no one else can diminish your light unless you allow that light to be extinguished. So a new type of thinking is required to step into this, to be a leader in new thought, to say, I am in charge of everything I experience, everything in my life is my responsibility. And notice that I put a little break in there because I'm not saying that you are to blame for all the stuff. I'm saying you have the capacity to respond ably. That's what responsibility is. You have a responsibility. We are in a constant state of engaging in new thinking. We're doing it whether we realize it or not. All the time, we're thinking thoughts. Is there anyone here, I was going to say anyone else, who is not thinking thoughts? Boy, that says a lot about me, doesn't it? Is there anyone here who is not thinking? Well, that's good. We're constantly thinking, right? And so part of our responsibility is to say, what is it that I'm thinking? How am I moving forward in this thinking process? And is it in service to the life I would like to lead? If we continuously take our present moment and let our thoughts be rooted solidly in the past, no matter how much those thoughts may have been forward thinking at one time, by the way, we will be recreating what has been. If we let our thoughts be rooted in the past, we will consistently recreate what has been. So this begs the question today, in my mind, what is it that I am expecting, and is that expectation rooted to an idea from the past? What am I living in expectation of? Am I arming myself for war in some manner? Because if that's so, what can I expect? I've created a construct in my mind that I must be prepared for war. So what does that create in my experience? All the circumstances that align for war. And then I will be combative, right? If we keep our conversations, if we keep our thoughts, if we keep our beliefs rooted in how hard life is, anyone have that affliction? You don't have to answer the question. But when we keep our thoughts rooted in how hard life is, what can we expect? A hard life. So for those of you who don't know, which is none of you, I come from a musical theater background. And so the minute I said hard life, I thought of Annie. Okay, I'm just going to let that go. Any limitation we face is the invention of ignorance. I want you to really hear that. Any limitation we face is the invention of ignorance. I want you to consider how that feels for you right now, because a lot of people can, no, not me, I'm not ignorant. Well, there are places where we have blind spots. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not going to give it weight in one way or the other to say it's a bad thing. We have ignorance. I have ignorance. And any limitation I face in my life is an opportunity for me to say, in what way am I experiencing my own ignorance and putting a tightly knit limitation on my life? It's an opportunity to open up. How do we relieve ourselves of this ignorance? How do we know in what way we are ignorant? We open to the infinite. We open to the infinite. We decide to forget that we know. And we know that we know. Get it? We decide to forget that we know. And we know. And we know that we know by allowing ourselves to be immersed in that shining light of love that is God. We are immersed in a collective consciousness. Every single one of us, we cannot escape it. And that collective consciousness has effect on our experience of life as well, to the degree that we allow it. Being immersed is not the same as being subject to it. We are only subject to it to the degree that we accept those collective ideas to be our ideas. That's the only way that we become subject to the collective consciousness. And it is not uncommon, it is really not uncommon, I see it all the time. Just turn on the television. It is not uncommon for us to live in subconscious acceptance of the collective and never question anything. One of the great joys that I found in this path of new thought as a spiritual path and engaging a spiritual practice is that it is an invitation for us to question everything, even the things we teach. We have 5 principles we teach in this philosophy. Predominantly, God is, I am, thoughts and beliefs create our experience. We use meditation and prayer to address those thoughts and beliefs to create our experience, and we choose to live from this point of view. Those are the 5 principles we teach. And I'm going to say today, question all of them. Are they true? Are they true for you? To what degree do you believe that they are not true for you? And in what way is that or is that not serving you? Part of what we're doing here is to create a collective consciousness that is affirmative and supportive of the whole. So we don't have to work so darn hard at trying to create our magnificent lives. Because a lot of people come in and I'm like, I get to create my life, and I get to create it in the way that I want it, and all that is good will be mine, and I choose to know that now, and gosh, I'm exhausted trying to make this stuff work. Whew! So we're here to create a new collective idea and allow that idea to become rooted in our hearts. And it's up to each and every one of us to be on the high watch as we accept something new. What is created always, what we create in our experience is always created in balance with our belief. Consciousness times belief equals experience. Oh, I've got another formula for you. People in my classes are like, oh my gosh, another formula? Yes, consciousness times belief equals experience. If the belief is the unknown variable, and for many of us it is, then the consciousness doesn't matter so much. And here's how I will explain this to you. All right, so consciousness, let's give that the value of 1,000. Consciousness is 1,000. It's what we are aware of. We are aware of 1,000, right? And the subconscious, the belief, is the variable. So if my consciousness is 1,000 and the variable is 0.01, then my experience is a 10. Because I'm trying to remember which is your left. Consciousness times your belief equals your experience. Now, if you have 1,000 in consciousness and your belief is 100, then your experience is 100,000. Get it? So that's where the variable is always in the belief. And as we address the belief, as we allow ourselves to become aware of those beliefs that are below the level of awareness, as we bring them up to the surface, then we get to do something about them. Because I guarantee you, well, maybe not all of you, but for me, what I have found, I will guarantee for myself that I still have destructive beliefs that I am consistently bringing to the level of awareness. How about you? You don't have to answer that. It doesn't matter what the conscious thought is. If it is not met in the subconscious belief system in a way that is affirming and supportive and whole and grand, then what you will get is a limitation in the experience of life. That belief, which we can oftentimes identify by that little voice in the back of our head. Anyone listen to that little voice? Do you really listen to it? That voice is the inner saboteur for many of us. So that's the variable. That's the variable in our mind, that inner saboteur that says, oh no, you are not. You are not magnificent. Who do you think you are to get up and exclaim your magnificence? Because when we state out loud at the beginning of the service, I am magnificent, the thing to check in with is, what is that voice saying? Is it a saboteur? Or is it in alignment and support with what it is you are stating out loud? Does it tend toward lack or powerlessness or conflict? Is that what the voice in the back of your mind is saying? Because if that is so, then what your experience becomes is rooted in lack and powerlessness and conflict. Your experience shows up in exact accordance with the limitations of your subconscious. But if it's my subconscious, I don't know what it is. So what is to be done? You do the work to make the subconscious conscious and decide something new. We must accept a new subconscious idea. So when I said before, you may hear something that you don't believe. You may hear a lot of things that you don't believe. It is not an invitation to say, I'm wrong, or you're right, or you're wrong and I'm right. It is an invitation to say, that doesn't really align with my belief. Is my belief working for me? Because now that I have an awareness of what's going on, maybe there's something that can be done about it. My original path in New Thought was through Science of Mind, the religious science branch, and Ernest Holmes founded that. He had this to offer. One of the great difficulties in the new order of thought is that we are likely to indulge in too much theory and too little practice. One of my favorite quotes. Because it's really easy to come in and hear all the words and intellectualize it. But are you truly going out and embodying the practice? And I'm not here to berate you if you're not, but you better be. I think it's really important to start to understand, are we living based on theory? These are really nice ideas. Or are we practicing these ideas? Are we practicing the presence? Are we practicing the principle? So today I'm calling on each and every one of us to answer this question. What is my contribution? Rhetorical. I'm not asking you to answer it right now. I'm saying let this be at the forefront of your thinking. What is my contribution to the good of the whole? How will I serve in support of the good of the whole? Because I guarantee you, if you serve in support of the good of the whole, you know who benefits from that? You do. We do. Be willing to see if there's anything in your life that contradicts any idea that comes up when you answer that question. What is holding you back? How do you overcome that basic law of attraction that's saying, oh my gosh, no, it's not really. And so I'm going to go and live my little life again. How do you overcome that? If you attract negative people and you align in their negativity, what do you think your life will be like? We attract that which we are like in mind. That's why I also say at the beginning of every service, we know the truth about you being magnificent because you are a reflection of that which is us, and we recognize our own magnificence. We will always attract into our sphere that which we are. That's the way the law of attraction works. We attract that which we are like in mind. We attract the positive by being positive and believing it. Believing it, not just giving it a nice gloss over, sometimes referred to as spiritual bypass, but believing faithfully in the positive, in the constructive, in the forward moving, in the evolutionary, because that is God's nature, and you are that power and presence that is God. And so all those things that God is are what you are. If you do not personally support an individual's sense of negativity, one of two things will happen. Anyone have negative people in their lives? If you do not support that person's sense of negativity, one of two things will happen. That person will move on to someone else who will support it, or that person will shift their own thinking. There is no in-between as far as I'm concerned, because that negative thinking cannot maintain itself in the face of you and your love and your positivity and your light. This is how we change the world, by deciding to be a contribution. We actively maintain in our own mind the consciousness of faith, the consciousness of peace, the consciousness of love, the consciousness of joy. These are the themes for each of the 4 Sundays of Advent: faith, peace, love, joy. And there's so much more. We just happen to be talking about those right now. The divine principle acts in accordance with our thought. It is the infinite yes man. That's what the divine principle is. It is always saying yes to whatever it is you impart upon it. So are you choosing today to impart the good, to impart the love, to impart the faith, to impart the peace, to impart the joy, to be the light? The principle is ready to comply because it is infinite, and it cannot not comply. I know I used a double negative there. It must always comply because that's its nature. There is no question of willingness of the servant, which is the infinite. It is the servant to our thought and our belief. There is no question of its willingness, only our own receptivity to the good. So part of this also is saying, as I choose to be the light, then I must also accept and be receptive to the light. And therefore, it all shines brighter. When we believe affirmatively in peace, it responds in kind with peace, which is why this candle is so important to me. Every week when I introduce the candle, I say we keep it consistently illuminated to represent the consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. And then I got questioned in class this week, someone who came up and said, you know, the candle isn't always lit. I said, I endeavor to ensure that it's always lit. Let's just start there. Sometimes the battery goes out. And then we replace the battery, which is a great spiritual lesson too. We can always replace the battery of our lives, right? So you can always reignite the light. I'm working on getting a plug-in so that it actually never goes out. But when we believe affirmatively in peace, it responds. The infinite responds in kind with peace. So who do you choose to be today? The call I offer to each and every one of us today on this second Sunday of Advent is to believe affirmatively in peace, to be the peace, to demonstrate peace in every thought, every interaction, and every word spoken. Let that be our contribution to this thing called life in this world. Peace and blessings. You are magnificent. And so there's a bit of allusion to the homework already, yes. When you interact with others this week, this is the homework. And if you are new to our community, I offer homework every week because part of my desire is to make this a practical experience that you get to take out into the world and actually put to use. So the homework this week is this. When you interact with others, especially during the month of December when you're interacting with retail and service workers, commit to be the peace you wish to experience. Bless others in every moment, even when, and especially if, they don't seem to deserve it. Be the peace, be the light. Be the peaceful presence of divine light in someone's day, every single day this week. I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. Check in to see if there's any kernel of truth that resonates in your heart that you can carry and express and experience right now. Just allowing, and just leaving it at that, allowing yourself to be open to the infinite potential and possibility, to the infinite good, the infinite peace, which is the truth of who you are.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence, I find God, I find myself.
Right here in this moment, I acknowledge and accept that when I find myself, I find God, for they are one and the same. There is absolutely no separation between the infinite divine and all that is, for the divine creation is the divine itself in form, and this is who and what we are. There is no thing that is not God. God being infinite means there can be nothing separate from it. And so I accept this as my identity, and I recognize this as the identity of each and every person that I encounter. And so from this point of view, I welcome a deeper understanding. I welcome a deeper abiding in the infinite wholeness that is the truth. And I know that it is grounded in, rooted in love, joy, harmony, wisdom, intelligence, imagination, peace, life. I give over to this being the flow of life for myself, and I accept it on behalf of each and every one of us. I do so with a grateful heart, and as my heart unfolds in its magnificence to deepen into this understanding, I welcome all the good that flows forth. I release, let go, trust, and know this to be so, and I affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said. And right here in this holy silence, I find God. Oh, I find God. I find myself.
You are pointing. I see you pointing, William. Will you please welcome Ross Boehm, member of our board of directors, to the platform to guide us in our giving today.
Aloha.
Aloha.
I just spent a week in Hawaii and it was wonderful. I have an uncle who recently passed away at the age of 94 who said, travel while you can. So I try to. I'm reminded on this rainy day that it wasn't that long ago we would, in this facility, look up and hope it wasn't dripping on us. But thanks to the generosity of our group, of our congregation here, we no longer worry about that, do we?
We do not.
So anyway, it takes a lot to take care of a spiritual home that we have here. I know we all have to take care of our own homes in maintenance and costs and so forth. So I ask you to open up your billfolds and help take care of our spiritual home here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ross. There are many ways that you can give. You can give electronically. You can also give by dropping a check or some cash into the baskets as they come around. And I'm going to invite the ushers to come up with the baskets as we go into our giving song, and the baskets will go.
Here we go. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Faith is my source, faith is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Yes, I have everything I need.
Thank you. Oh, this is Deborah Roberts, one of our other prayer chaplains, and she is here to lead us in our blessing of the offering.
Thank you, Reverend Jonathan. Well, as you know, we like to fire up the divine energy, all of us, warming up our hands where one of our power sources flows from. And together, let's recite our blessing. We bless these gifts, and we see these gifts going out and blessing our community and the world. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you so much. Ha, 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 ha. All right. Strap in. I got a lot of stuff to tell you about. The first thing I would like to do is to say we are still taking pledges for our pledge program to guide us in what we can plan on for 2023 in terms of our income. There are pledge forms that are available in the lobby, or you can scan the code that is there, or if you're online, you can go and scan the code that's on your screen or go to unitytucson.com/pledge. I want to let you know, and we're inviting everybody to make sure that when you set up your pledge, set up automated giving so that you know your pledge is met. Here's something that I'm going to tell you about. We've shifted the budget a little bit to determine that our expenses right now are sitting at $363,000 for next year. That's what it takes to operate. Yes, it does. And we have 52 pledges at this point that total $167,000. Yes, that is awesome. That is awesome. One of the things that I would love to do is to make sure that our pledges will cover our expenses. So in that regard, we have a little ways to go, but I also know that we're going to be covered, right? But if you have not submitted your pledge form, we would love for you to do that to help us make appropriate determinations, we who are leading this church, myself and the board of directors. It is Birthday Sunday. So if you are celebrating a birthday in this month, would you please stand so that we can sing happy birthday to you? Let us sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right, now let's see who's the winner of our birthday draw this month. What happens is we draw one of the names for one of the people that submitted their information, and the charity that they choose will get a portion of our tithe this month. The winner is Joan Seidel, and the charity is Casa de los Niños. Niños. So Joan, wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Okay, we are seeking board members. If you have an interest potentially in serving on the board, please have a chat with me. You can also speak with Karen Ives or Mary Alls. I would say Sherry Hoffman, but I don't see Sherry here today. But there is a nominating process that we are undergoing that will take us right up to our annual meeting in February, where we will elect 2 new board members. The 2 terms that are ending, the board members who are finishing their terms are opting not to run again. So we have 2 open positions on our board, and we would love to have your expertise in helping guide this organization. There is an event committee meeting today at 11:45 in the Annex building in room 3. So we'd love to see you over there if you have an interest in the events that we are planning for 2023 and how they will serve and support Unity of Tucson. I'm going to invite now Sue Rumsey, there she is, up to the lectern. She is going to let us know all about the new art show, which has just opened in our Galleria Sagrada, which is out in our lobby. Hi, Sue.
Yes, you probably noticed we have lots of new paintings out in the gallery. We had lots of fun hanging it this week. So our artist for November and December is Lynn Waltke. She is a versatile artist who works in oil, acrylic, watercolor, colored pencil, graphite, ink, pen, and block print. She focuses primarily on wildlife art, especially on birds and botanicals of the Sonoran Desert. She's an avid supporter of conservation and a member of the Artists for Conservation organization. Did you know there was an organization like that? Glad to hear it. Lynn says she uses realism to give the viewer an up-close and personal experience with the subjects of each piece of her art. She loves painting the iridescence of hummingbirds to the multi-yellows of palo verdes. She also likes the challenge of the varied textures of dragonflies, snakeskin, monarch caterpillars, javelina, and prickly pear blooms. You'll also see her versatility exhibited in a large canvas abstract painting, totally different than the rest of what she does. Lynn has her BFA in commercial art and in elementary education. And, she has a certificate in elementary education, I misspoke myself, from the University of Arizona, as well as a certificate of nature illustration from Arizona Sonora and Desert Museum's Art Institute. She enjoys travel, books, music, learning, and life. She will be hosting a reception this afternoon from 3 to 5 right here in Galleria Sagrada, and she invites us all to attend. Please enjoy her show.
Well, thank you, Sue. Yeah. So you may find some wonders out there that you can pick up as holiday gifts. You can also check out the Desert Light Bookstore. We just got a bunch of new stuff in this week. And in particular, I want you all to go find out about the Giving Plate. Go into the store and find out about the Giving Plate. It's a great gift idea, and that's what I'm going to leave it at. You're just going to have to go in there and ask about it. We have a concert. We have concerts coming up. Alexander Lionheart is the current artistic director of Desert Voices, the LGBTQ choir here in Tucson, and they're having their concerts right here in this room this coming week. They're going to be, on the 9th, 10th at 7, and on the 11th at 4 p.m. You can get your tickets at desertvoices.org. You have something to say about that?
Sunday's already sold out, so Friday and Saturday are available.
So you can't be here on Sunday, sorry. But you can be here on, you know what I'll say is if you get your tickets for Saturday, you get to go to Gaslight Theater that day, and then you get to join us afterwards right here for the concert. Gaslight's next week, right? It's the week after. Well, then here's what you can do. No, Gaslight is on Saturday. Here's what you can do. The following week, you can come to the Sons of Orpheus concert right here on Friday night and then join us at Gaslight the next day. There, I fixed it. The Sons of Orpheus holiday concert, they're having one of their concerts here. This one is dedicated to the memory of Darwin. He was a major contributor to that chorus and a major leader in that chorus, and they have decided to dedicate this particular concert in his memory. Tickets for that are available on their website, sonsoforpheus.org. So that is on Friday night, the 16th at 7 p.m. Christmas tea, cookie exchange, and holiday tea. December 11th, after service, bring 3 dozen cookies, and you're going to do a big exchange. You can get to leave with 3 dozen cookies. And there's going to be holiday tea served. It's going to be a lovely, lovely experience, so please join us for that. Plan ahead. Christmas Eve candlelight service is on Christmas Eve at 6 p.m. There will not be a service on Sunday, December 25th, which is Christmas Day. So we'll have the Christmas Eve service, but there will not be a service that Sunday morning. So if you know of anybody who might be planning to be here on Christmas Day, invite them to come to Christmas Eve service. The other thing to know about is that we will still have our Christmas potluck dinner on Christmas Day right here at 2 p.m. You can sign up for that in the foyer, or you can email Molly at mollyhnelson@gmail.com to let us know what you are going to be bringing to that. Our prayer chaplains in service today are Sandy Solomon and Deborah Roberts, both of whom you have seen here. They will make themselves available for a moment of prayer, each one on each side of the sanctuary, about halfway down. So if you need a moment of prayer, seek them out and they will be delighted to pray with you. You can also submit your prayer requests into our prayer intention box, and just know that those are handled by our prayer team here and also get sent to Unity's prayer ministry, Silent Unity, as well. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today happen. It takes a magnificent village, and parts of this magnificent village are our tech team, Wally and Don and Rowan in the back. Thank you so much for your service. I want to say thank you to our prayer chaplains, Deborah and Sandy, for your service today. Gorgeous meditation by Deborah and your magnificent reading, and thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Ross for guiding us today in our offering. Yes, Kathy Brandon, our keeper of the flames, always delighted. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to this magnificent team of musicians, Linda and Fred and Raphael. And let's hear it for Alexander Lionheart, our guest today. Thank you so much. And thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, for allowing yourselves to be known, not just here at Unity of Tucson, but in this magnificent thing called life. You are a blessing in my life, and I am eternally grateful. Don't forget, we have social time in Harmony Hall following the celebration today. And as we complete our time here, you're looking like I need to say something. No, I need to say something. Thank you, John. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yes, thank you. There is social time in Harmony Hall following the celebration. As we complete our time, let us state together these words of divine awareness. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. New closing song this month.
It's got a nice groove. I love this song. I am just a sailor in a great big sea, searching for what's meant for me. And I thank my lucky stars every single day. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. When the storm begins to blow, and when I've lost my way back home, oh, there is an answer. Oh, there is an answer. There is a ripple to every wave, a rhythm to the days and nights, and all our thoughts that make the world go round, all our efforts multiply. Make a change and you will see, one small step is all we need. Oh, there is an answer. Oh, there is an answer. There is no difference between you and me, what lies beyond our history. And if we only take the time to see we're all we need, just take my hand and see me as a brother. Look inside and you will find love exists in every kind. Oh, there is an answer. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.